Hey, welcome to Hekate's Crossing. Today what I want to do for Intuitive Friday is I want you to think about three piles of cards. Card number one, let me show you, let's pull it down so you can actually see. Okay, so you can see that I've got three piles here. I'm going to move them across a little bit. There we go. Pile number one, okay, for today's readings are Marielle, Intuitive Solar Oracle, with the pink Floyd playing cards, okay, which I use more like an oracle. Okay, pile number two is Animal Wisdom Tarot, Spirit Animals, and Butterfly Guiding Light. Okay, pile number three is my photo oracle, Hekate's Crossing Photo Oracle, Hekate's Crossing Art Oracle, and Hekate's Crossing Playing Cards. Okay, so I want you to think about these three piles, 1, 2, and 3. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and we will start to go through pile one. Okay, so let's go through pile one to begin with. Let's put the other two aside. So let us begin with the Marielle and see what card or cards are we going to reflect on over the weekend. Okay, we've got the Nine of Discs. Now the Nine of Discs, preparation in regards to nearing completion and making sure everything comes right. Maybe you've got worry or stress or things that have been happening to you. I say that, worry and stress. Just reminds me of that, I don't know why. So then we've got the Page of Cups. So we've got this in regards to your health or finances, preparation and where you want to be. You've got the sense of being emotionally wounded, so maybe you've got the sense of not easily, it's not a water's off duck's back sort of stuff. You easily take it on board, your emotions. Okay, and card number three is Seven of Discs. Tells us that what we want in our life to be brought into our life, what's of value to your journey, what's of value to where you want to be, which is really important. I don't know why I get this sense of really what's going on chaotically for you that you can bring in, that you need to bring into balance. So what's going on the outside is happening on the inside. I'm getting a lot of chaos, and I feel it's because you were something's happened that's wounded you at this time, so you need to look at what's of value to you physically, to what do you need to bring into your life. I keep getting easily wounded, so I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on for you that's causing some conflict or just within yourself. I just feel like you're just feeling very stressed about it. Let's see what the cards. Okay, this one here talks to us. It's about believing in yourself, which is quite important. About believing in who you are and what your path's about and what your truth is and what's of value to you. Ooh. It's all about your plans. What plans have you made for your journey? Are you finding that you've got some struggles or you haven't quite achieved what you want to achieve? And I think that has a lot to do with a belief in self, but it's also about the sense of what's going on around you from others, what's affecting you in this stage, what's making you feel like you've been wounded in some way or you've been emotionally hurt in some way. So that's where that's really important, that you bring in that and what you want into your journey. Very important to bring it in, because it's all about self-belief. It's all about believing in what you're doing and where you're going, and it doesn't matter what other people think. This is about what you think, what your plans are. That's what's really, really important. Let's have a look at the Pink Floyd cards. Oh, okay. These two pulled out. We've got 7 of diamonds, which is all. For this one here, I get a sense of, again, everything's very much focused in your heart. Have you opened yourself up so much that you feel like this? I just feel like this love has been squeezed out of you in some way. I'm just getting this squeezed out of you some way. It's all about what's the to unlock what's of value to your journey is really important as well. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like you've had the love squeezed out of you, and you just got to unlock the possibilities to awaken what's of value to you. It's very, very important. What's going to give you that sense of sacredness. Okay, last one. This one here. It's all about your third eye. So it's all about seeing the truth of the situation, being aware, divine awareness, and maybe connecting with your spirit guides or your higher self, and really focus on what's of value to you spiritually, what's going to allow you to come through in a new way, what's going to allow you to find that sacredness that's really, really important. I think that's very important. It's all about you being able to communicate and listen to the messages that are coming through as well. Listen to the messages that are coming through, which is really important, being able to do that, to really sit in silence, and so that you can feel the trust and belief in self. I think that's so, so important. So that's pile 1 in regards to the readings for the weekend. So this weekend's going to be for you a lot of reflection of what's of value to you. What do you need to bring into your life? Look, acknowledge how you've been wounded emotionally, how you've been hurt, how people have spoken to you, how you actually feel about that. Look at what's going on within you, as well as what's going on the outside. You know, why are you being so affected by what's going on? I feel like you're being very much affected by what's going on the outside of you. It's all about believing in self. Don't forget to believe in self. It's all about the plans to how you choose to move ahead. I know that there's a feeling of your heart, the love being squeezed out of you. So you've got to unlock the possibilities to what's going to lie ahead, and then you've got that sense of really sitting in silence, listening to the truth of the matter, allowing yourself to actually feel what's actually going on. So there you are, that's the cards for today, for the weekend with the Muriel. Have us just sit for a moment. I really want you to take a deep breath and think about this card for a minute. What does this image say to you in regards to what's within, as above, so below? Removing masks, healing of self, finding a balance between night and day. Even though I've got the moon phases there, I feel like there's a balance between night and day. And here you've got the Page of Cups. And here, Seven of Discs. Look at that spark at the bottom. That spark of life. Again, you've got that sense of communication, this darkness, this deepness, this sitting in silence and allowing the sparks to come through. So there we are. That's pile 1. Okay, put that to one side. Okay, pile 2 with the Animal Tarot. Heke's Firefly, 4 of branches, so it's about celebrating. It's all about celebrating the achievements that you have already achieved. You've already achieved. I feel like I can come in here somewhere. Here we've got the Keeper of the Light. So this is all about meditation, reflection, the knowledge. Again, I think it's this knowledge and silence. So looking at what you've already achieved and sitting with that and reflecting with that. Whoops, and the last one is 2 of Shells, which to me is a sense of give and take, making sure that you're feeling very balanced emotionally, which is quite important. Making sure that you feel as though you are balanced emotionally within this journey. So celebrating, so with this pile here, number 2, you're making sure that you celebrate what you've actually achieved already. Remember to acknowledge, sit in silence, reflect, contemplate what lies ahead as well. As you remember to make sure that your relationships are both give and take, that you find that balance within oneself, that yin and yang. I think that's very, very important. So they're your animal wisdom cards, and here we've got Spirit of the Animal. So what Spirit of the Animal is coming through for us today? Okay, very clearly we have the Spider Spirit, which is about making your dreams real. So this is really about taking the action that you actually need to achieve your goals. What actions do you actually need to take? Break your goals into smaller pieces so that you can actually do that, so that you can actually achieve your goals by breaking your them into smaller action. A little bit at a time, making one step at a time is really important. Okay, card number 2. We have the Stag Spirit, which is about, again, taking the lead, being in control and where you want to be, which is really important. So to achieve your dreams and goals, make sure that you are taking the action that you actually need by being in control, by being the leader. Very important for you at this time. Okay, so here we have the Butterfly Guiding Light, and let's see what we have here. This one here, it's all about Creator of Bonds. So this is about dignity, respect, trust and tolerance of those that form my bond. To me, I'm getting very much about trusting in yourself and what you can achieve, trusting in what you actually want to achieve and bonding with that so that you can actually connect with people of like mind and allowing you to actually move in the right direction. So you've got ambition. So this is about the path to success demands both passion and persistence. So you can see this is about your dreams, your goals. What do you actually want to achieve? What do you actually want to bring into your life? What's of value to you? So it's about devotion. For those I love, I will sacrifice. Interesting card. So this is all about maybe you need to make a little bit of sacrifices to what you want to achieve. There might be some things that you actually might need to let go of so that you can actually climb the ladder to success, so you can achieve what you actually want. So there you have the Firefly, which is all about celebrating exactly where you are right now. Look at what you've actually achieved and contemplate what you want ahead of time as well. The Owl, the Keeper of the Light, reminds us to sit in meditation, reflection, contemplation. Knowledge can come from silence, not always talking, but to be in silence, to actually hear what's coming through. And don't forget to make sure that everything is balanced, everything is yin and yang in your relationship with others as well as within yourself. You find that balance. The Spider Spirit tells us to take action in what we want to achieve when we want to achieve our dreams and our goals, and the Stag Spirit reminds us to actually be in control. Take the lead. Do what we desire, what's important. Make sure that we trust in our actions, trust those that we're working with is very important as well, making sure we trust those that we are with. It's where the give and take's really important, to make sure that it is balanced relationships. So that is about trusting those relationships as well, and making sure there is respect as well, which is really important. So to actually climb up this ladder of success is to be focused on what you actually want, what's important. And remember, there may be some things that we need to let go of so that we can actually move ahead. So that is pile number 2. Okay. Quite cool. Okay, now we're ready for pile number 3. So let me just separate these cards. Oops. Okay, photo, Hekate's Crossing photo oracle. Okay, let's see what cards are coming through today for this one here. We've got the Sun, which reminds us to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to open up to where we want to be joyful, be peaceful. This is about success as well. There may be some clarity or confusion that might need to be removed. So this is where a sense of being vulnerable, allowing ourselves to open up so that we can be clear about where we want to actually be. And we might have found our view is actually blocked at this time. We might find that we're not quite seeing where we need to go. There seems to be some blocking, so we need to find a way to expose it, to bring it open to where we want to go. So let's see what lies ahead. For some reason, this card here, and I feel like we're in this very, very dark space at this moment, because we're just not seeing things clearly. We see things that are just really, there just doesn't seem to be what we want to do. Okay, so in here I get a sense of allowing ourselves to communicate and to open up our throat, our third eye, our crown, allowing ourselves to sort of open up to the messages of the divine, allowing ourselves to question. But I also want you to just question it. It's not about being complacent. It's not about It's not also about acceptance of the messages that are coming through, but listening to them and questioning them and making sure that they resonate with you on some level. Okay, I feel that's very important, to have this clarity and to have this understanding of why this message is coming through from Spirit. And you are being watched from those that have passed, or your spirit guides, or those that are around you. You may have to maybe someone's offering you advice, which is causing part of the confusion within things. So take a step back and listen to yourself. Trust in your own messages that are coming through, so that you can actually start to see what actually is lying ahead. So with the playing cards, let's see what message we get with the playing cards for the weekend. This one here seems to be coming through. So the clarity and confusion could be about your past fears. You know, what are you carrying forward from your past that's causing you to have this inner fear in regards to moving ahead? So what's stopping you? So here we've got this sense of strong emotional attachment. So maybe you're feeling like there's this attachment to the past that you're actually holding on to. So you need to find a way to, again, I get the sense of opening up your heart and your throat, being able to communicate clearly. But this is very much about your heart area. So this for me is about opening out your heart to a higher love, unconditional love, and finding a way to get rid of the clarity. Okay, it's time for you to start looking at facts and truth as well. I think you've been denying the dishonesty that's been going around, and I don't mean about you being dishonest. It could be around somebody else around you on the outside. You need to actually, that's why you've got confusion. Okay, this is regards to somebody else's dishonesty, and that's why you're feeling very confused. So you need to actually acknowledge those facts, really start, that's why your view's been blocked. Okay, so it's sort of starting to really sort of make sense in a whole bigger, you're starting to find out that it's starting to make sense now. and where you actually want to go, because you're actually going to start dealing with the facts and the truth of the situation. So that's going to actually bring everything out into the open, which is really, really important. And I just feel like we just need another card here. So this tells us to, you trust again, you're right. Okay, this is just saying to you, you are on the right path. You know exactly what's been going on. You know why there's been confusion, why your view's been blocked. You know that things have not been clear about what's going on because of the dishonesty about somebody else. So you need to start observing that and start acknowledging that and saying, yep, I know exactly what's going on. I agree, I need to have some clarity within myself, which is really important. So there has been just a huge amount of dishonesty. Your view has been blocked from the situation, so it's just like you haven't been able to see the truth of the situation. It's been like a bit of a, I want to say like the magician in the tarot, where it's been a sleight of hand. So you've been distracted, you haven't really seen the whole picture. There's this whole thing about you know, you've got to start looking beyond the illusion about what was actually shown to you, because that is not the truth. So I think that's very, very important for you to understand exactly what's actually going on in that bigger picture. You need to that's where I think things are being exposed, things are being coming out into the open now. You're going to start seeing the truth of it. You're going to start being able to find some balance within your heart, which is very important. So when I'm talking about opening your heart, I'm not talking about opening your heart to the negative aspect of the sleight of hand, the thing that's been causing you confusion, but opening your heart to yourself and trusting in yourself that you know the truth about what's actually been going on. This thing, you are being watched, you are being taken care of. You just have to trust, you have to ask, you do have to confide in somebody that can help you in the right direction and where you actually want to be. This is really, really important. This is quite deep. I feel like there's a lot of deep stuff going on here. So that's it. So there you are, pile 1, 2 or 3 with Hekate crossing for the weekend reading. So take care and blessed be.